Hello and welcome, my lovely Gemini. Gemini, this is your intuitive energy and card reading for the Leo full moon. It'll be from February 3rd through 16th, 2020. Remember, time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, and or future energies. It's a general reading, won't apply to all my gems, but remember, Gemini, the sign you were born under is not personality programming, but the lessons and experience you can expect during this lifetime. So please do hang around for the entirety of the reading. Oh, your cards are dropping fast. Oh dear, really fast actually. Do hang around for the entirety of the reading to get the full effect from it. All right, so what do we have in the skies above us, my lovely gems? I have that Jupiter and Capricorn still, that very earthy sign. It is going to be with us through December 2020. It's kind of like living with a strict parent or a coach. You know, eat your veggies before you can go out to play. Oh, I dropped those cards. Not going to use them. Okay. And then, but there are two sides to this Jupiter and Capricorn. Jupiter is representative Zeus, you know, the big daddy of them all. But he was also quite the nymph chaser. Left a lot of kids in his wake. And then we also have more of a father of ill repute at times. And then we have that Capricornian energy, CEO, boss energy. You can be the boss and should be the boss in certain areas, but it's that roles and goals kind of energy in your life. We also had Mercury move into Pisces on February 3rd. You know, this is, Mercury is the planet of communication. Pisces is the most compassionate sign, can get a little carried away with fantasy and get stuck up in their head in life as opposed to living in the 3D. What does this mean? Well, this is less precise communication, of course. It's imagination, intuition, creativity, and the focus on the metaphysical. It's more about heart-to-heart connections as opposed to mathematical connections, you know, more straightforward connections. But I mention it only because we're going to take that Mercury in Pisces. Is going to be Mercury in retrograde for the winter retrograde. Come the 17th of February, which will also be my next reading after this one. And then on the 7th, on Friday, February the 7th, we have Venus moving into Fire, Aries. Venus is the planet of love, sex, and power. Aries is fast and furious sign. It's the sign of the thrill of the chase, excitement and speed. Of course, impatience. Be careful of falling in love too hard, too fast. And of course, it's a perfect time to shine, to show off, I should say. And it is more than the perfect time to show off, to stand in the spotlight, to show off, because the full moon is in Leo. We know Leo is all about standing in the spotlight. It is about the sun and sunflowers. This is the full snow moon come the early morning hours of the 9th, which is a Sunday. So lots of sun about getting into the light, and of course the full moon. This is represented by the 7 of Wands. This represents rivalry, valor. It's pushing into that spotlight for sure. Faith and experience, tough love, tough decisions. Think of the lioness protecting her cubs. It is also the idea of, you know, we're just leaving January. We had Capricorn season. Cosmo called it a shit show. And now we're in Aquarius season, which is a breath of fresh air. We're getting all this fire finally into our energy. Yeah, I needed fire up in the chart because I do feel some of these things, a lot of them, especially the moons. But all this, what does it amount to? Well, it makes me think of that Creedence Clearwater Revival song. Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Have you ever stood with raindrops falling on you, feeling the sun on your skin? It is freaking amazing. What happens when the rain stops and the clouds part and the sun comes out? Rainbows. What happens when the rain is falling and the clouds part a little bit over there and you get a little sunshine on you? Rainbows. Rainbows are promises. They are covenants. Their hope, their wishes, you know, it's a lightening of the load. A lot of light represented by this full moon, and it is a lightening of the load, even moving into this air Aquarius season. A lightening of the load, making your life a little easier, gems. And I know you should feel it wonderfully right now because you're a fellow air sign, so you must be just enjoying that energy. All right, I pulled a 9-card spread, past, present, future kind of spread, with the Steampunk Tarot deck, and then I'm just going to pull from the Bicycle Vintage Red deck, advice from Spirit. Okay, let's get to this reading. All right, me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude, and I thank you now for all your likes. Your views alone do help the channel. Please subscribe now if you haven't. I love sharing my energy with you. I love, you know, seeing how things are going with you, and it's just amazing. I do love this channel. It supports itself. Let's get to it. All right. So I do have the Judgment card in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Two of Cups upright. There's some kind of connection, some kind of Two of Cups connection, spiritual connection, maybe even. Relationship or connection, contract kind of thing, that it kind of doesn't feel that great. You feel like you've made a lot of errors. Judgment card in reverse is a lack of forgiveness. It's a lack of self-acceptance too. So it's almost like, and with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, things may not feel that great. This will flip over. It always does in the scheme of things. But you're still kind of feeling like you blew it, gems. You're still kind of blaming yourself for the bad turn of fortune, when in fact this relationship might actually be intact with it being in the upright. You just feel it's sour because of something that's not working out. You didn't appear the best. You didn't come out across the best. This is the energy you're coming into the reading with. This is something that you weren't aware of. There's something that you're not aware of here, and you're being really freaking hard on yourself, and that is the point. Two of Cups can also be a decision you need to make in love. You know what? Spirit is saying, no, it's you're afraid somebody's going to make a decision in love. Maybe you've had a little, you know, you're kind of stuck in a rough cycle with this Judgment card in reverse, that you're not self-accepting. You're not really looking at yourself as being capable. It's very possible that maybe your income is less, guys, and you're not really sure you can hang on to this girlfriend. Let me tell you, you're wrong, because at the center of this reading is the Lovers. In the energy that's going to hit you during this full moon, I have the Lovers card, and it is that recognition of the other. Not only is it the recognition of the other, it is your card, Gemini. It is you coming together. It is a joining of two. And because there's the Lovers, there's the Two of Cups. Next to that is the Two of Swords, and the ability, a decision that needs to be made, a realization of you that needs to be taken. There are things that are being held apart right now that you need to find a way to live together and yet separately. This is the message from this card. I was going to go through the whole don't cross the swords kind of explanation, but this is about individualizing even though you have somebody else here. This is about there's some kind of independence in this relationship or this connection that is absolutely flooring you, and that's why in the energy that's going to hit you during this full moon, I have the Eight of Cups in reverse primarily. And this is something you haven't realized yet, is you're not walking away from this. This is something you want to stay in because of the value. It makes you realize who you are, but yet you still have an individual existence. You're being really hard on yourself about this relationship, this connection, but there's something about it that is absolutely perfect. You're not going to walk away from it. You're really pressing, you're making the decision this week during the full moon that you're going to hang on to this. Full moons are about letting things go, shining the light on everything and lightening the load, releasing, letting things go, surrendering to that shit leaving kind of thing. But this is something that you wish to hold on to during this full moon. You'll cut everything away, but you're not cutting this away. There's something about this that you're like, I haven't figured it out yet. I can't buy her a house. I can't buy my wedding dress, whatever it is. I do feel a little lack in fortune with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that you feel is going to negatively affect this, when in fact, Spirit is saying how you respond to this is going to seal the deal. Being able to show how you live with less is going to be more inspiring to this other person, to this other connection. It's going to make them more in love with you, it's going to make you more endearing to them. It's going to make them trust you. When things go bad, they're going to basically know what happens when things go bad, and how to lift you up, and how to watch yourself lift yourself up, because there's an element of independence here about your ability to take care of yourself that is you have a commitment, but you have a self, and that's a critical part. So you're not going to lean on this person. You're not going to use this person during your tough time. You are going to share this loss or this difficulty that you're going through in a way that is appropriate. Ooh, that's a tough one, but it's a tough one, but it is what it is. I have the Five of Swords in reverse. This is a battle you're going through, but there's something about it that you are going to, it's taking a little longer than you prefer to get out of, but you're coming out of it. It is about to end, this Five of Swords in reverse. And part of the reason it's going to end is because you decided that if I want to hang on to this relationship, I want to hang on to this commitment, I need to do something. I don't get to go and wallow. If I lost my job, or if I've come into a financial difficulty, whatever it may be, an extra bill, whatever, that seems to be coming in here, whatever it is, this turn of the wheel to misfortune, it doesn't seem extremely severe. It just kind of sucks, and it's a little detrimental to having a new relationship or a new dating scenario. Whatever it is, you're like, I have to tackle this if I'm going to hold on to this connection, this relationship. Yeah, that's really big here, is that I have to handle this appropriately. I don't get to go wallow in my sorrow. I don't get to go ignore it. I'm not going to pay that. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just not going to go to the court date, or I don't know what it is. Court justice card didn't come up. So it's just an example of, I'm just going to like ignore it. No, you're like going to face this head on and handle this like an adult, because of the fact that you really love this relationship. You really love this other person, and you're not willing to let them go over a little misfortune that hits your way. Another person, you would have broke it off and been like, sorry, I can't give for you right now, da 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 da. But not this person. You got to fix this. You want to fix this. I have this Page of Pentacles in reverse, and it just tells me that you want to move forward in finance. You really want to get it going, but you're having a little trouble. You're having a little difficulty. The strength of you surging forward is going to come from you empowering yourself. You are at the center of your reading, Gemini. This couldn't be a better place for you. In other words, you're going to take this misfortune, put your best power against it, put your weight up against it. You're going to approach this challenge vigorously. It's still going to be hard to get over. It's still going to be a difficulty. But like I said, some of us shine really brightly in ways that we never thought possible when we encounter difficulties. And this is you doing that. And you're impressing your love. So hang in there. Because as soon as you realize you can't wallow in this, as soon as you realize you have to handle this now, if you want to hang on to this lover, things get moving. Could be a Cancer in your energy, but this is you. You're going to come into a victory. And you're going to it's a victory over this situation. And it's important that you have a victory over this lack of fortune or this ugly turn of the Wheel of Fortune. And really not be hard on yourself, because of the fact that you're protecting your relationship, your love relationship. And it is going to be you're going to be victorious over it, just because of the fact that what's at risk is this relationship. There's somebody you would like to be with, and you're just going to charge up, get in your full power and be like, dude, it's an air season. It's Aquarius season. There's no reason for you as an air sign to not feel really solid right now and feel, I guess solid is not a really good feeling for an air sign, but you should be feeling really particularly, oh yeah, who's putting down all their burdens? Spirit is saying, yeah, you're putting down all your burdens and you're keeping your image together. Eight of Swords is, it could be that false realization that you're trapped. You're not really trapped. You're not caught up in anything. But in the cartomancy, it's also about maintaining your image, about not losing face. And this is more of an emotional not losing face. It's the reality that I'm putting down my burdens. I'm not going to, my grandma, they grew up very poor. They grew up in bush country in Belize, if you wouldn't believe it. But the idea is that she used to sew all my family's clothes because it was important that they looked beautiful and wonderful, especially at church, no matter how poor they were. And, people used to say they were stuck up, but that's the kind of thing you're taking into. It doesn't matter if I'm broke. I'm still going to look good. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to keep going. I do also have this feeling of you working a lot, despite the fact a lot of your income is probably going to whatever this turn, it could be car breaking down, actually. Yeah, Jack of Swords. That is you hustling. This could also be pulling information. It's this is you, Gemini. No, this is you hustling in your own airy way. Usually the Jack of Wands is that fire into the ass, getting it done. But no, this is you. I gotta pull on my youthful energy, all the things I learned in the past, ramen dinners and whatever, to get through this. Yeah, it's you really just kind of like pulling on your own energy, useful kind of energy to get through this. I've done this before. It's a one little step. It's not that big of a difficulty. And this is waiting for your ships to come in, but this is also working very hard and planning, and very, very hard in planning, because you're about to come into a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. I'm not going to lie. Spirit keeps saying your lover is going to be turned on by this. You are still being really hard on yourself, Gem, because, you like to play hard, and you like to have money when you play. But the life you're about to come into with this other person, this is you in like either starting a new relationship, or there's a connection. It could even be kids, is what Spirit is saying. You don't want to let down your kids. But whatever this is, your lover, it's a lover. Spirit said it could be kids, but no, I'm sorry. Spirit's saying there could be kids involved. But what you're going to find is this is going to make your lover really, really, it's going to make them love you. And if they didn't think they loved you before, you are totally like, wow, they are totally becoming impressed by you, Gems. This is a great move. So this is like taking a flat tire situation, a ugly turn of the Wheel of Fortune, and making yourself look fucking good from it. Congratulations, Gems. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the Spirit moves you. Link is in the box below. And of course, have a great full moon, my lovely Gems.